This is Micah. Micah just completed a board and train not too long ago, about 3 weeks ago. And while he was doing the board and train, he was on pet food. He was on a kibble-based diet. And since then, the owner has been working with Micah, number one, but she also switched him to a raw diet. And that's what I want to talk about, is the behavioral change that we see with the raw diet. It's slight. It's slight, but it's there. And I already see it in Micah. When I wake up in the morning, he's not whining, ready to go out. He lets me go to the bathroom, right? Before, I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and get the boy out. It was a real pain in the ass, and there was a total excitement, a lot of whining. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you have a hyperactive dog like Micah, and I have several hyperactive dogs, switch them to a raw diet. All those carbs that people give their dogs and that dog food, that's the most unhealthy thing that you can be giving to your dog. Remember, dogs need 0 carbs. So giving them a lot of rice, a lot of, it makes no sense. You should be thinking of a non-expandable fiber like spinach and kale. And you'll see a behavioral change in the dog. And we've definitely seen it with Micah, and it's due to his diet, but also his owner working with him. Hurry, hurry. Good boy. It's a good boy, Micah. Now, the other thing that you'll notice with the raw diet is the dog will have much smaller poops. Much smaller poops. Look at the size of his poop. It's very, very tiny. One of the other things that you're going to notice with the raw diet is that the dog is not going to have as many housebreaking issues. They'll have a much smaller poop, and that means that they're not going to be putting as much pressure on their bladder when they eat. Remember that kibble dog food? When they eat it, it's dry. It's like eating crackers. So they hydrate it inside them by drinking too much water. It expands in their stomach. It causes problems. The other thing that you'll notice instantly with your dog, that when you switch it to a raw diet, is its fur within a week will be softer. But behavioral changes, they're slight, but they're there. So I highly recommend every dog should be on a more natural diet. Never feed your dog a high-grain diet. It shouldn't have anything like that. And if you're giving your dog a lot of rice or quinoa or something like that, don't do that. A 70, 80-pound dog should have like a teaspoon of rice, a teaspoon of quinoa. Do you understand? And you shouldn't be using that daily. You should be using non-expandable fiber, like spinach and kale. But oats, quinoa, and stuff like that, rice, you can use a little bit of that every now and then, but not on a daily basis. It's totally inappropriate to give your dog a lot of high carbs. One other thing about Micah, if you just noticed, he went to the bathroom outside. This was a dog that was on pee pads. He was on pee pads, and we switched him over, and now he goes to the bathroom outside. A lot of credit has to be given to this owner.